Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
First, chilly start to our Sunday yesterday. Enough for some 30s, 31s, and some daily record lows. Huntington got to 31 degrees for your low yesterday. Not enough for a record in Charleston, but a frosty 32, 18 degrees below average for the low. Average low is like 50 now. Average high is 74, and only got to 63 yesterday. And 0.02 of an inch of rain, just enough rainfall for a number yesterday. I'll be timing some isolated to widely scattered showers today. Slight chance this morning, a chance of a shower this afternoon generally for the state with a low chance of a thunderstorm. Tomorrow morning, likely starting dry, sunny, and then a front swings in midweek. So Tuesday night, Wednesday through Thursday. Showers are likely and some heavy rain and potentially some isolated strong storms. Middle of the week is something I'll keep eyes on. Flies here to your forecast. It starts at home. Charlotte near 79 today. Orlando 81. Back near 92 on Wednesday. Chicago 77. Some isolated severe storms are possible there. Up to the north, highs warming back up into low to mid 70s. A little bit of a southwest breeze and around a 30% chance of a shower. Slight chance of a thunderstorm through early tonight. Low near 60. Eastern areas, we got 60s and 70s on the board. A chance of an afternoon shower, low chance of a thunderstorm today and early tonight, then dry for the morning drive tomorrow. Lows in the mid-50s. From east to west, we have a chance of a shower, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a chance of a general isolated thunderstorm today. Through early tonight, lows in the ranks of the mid and upper 50s. And to the south, a chance of a shower, an isolated storm. Highs near 70 or so, lows in the 50s. Slight chance of a shower tonight. Charleston, 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of a thunderstorm today. Dry tomorrow early, high near 80, then 67. Showers likely Wednesday and again on Thursday.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
PACs are pouring money into West Virginia's primary election. Could Greyhound racing days be numbered? And we'll get the latest on the Strait of Hormuz. Is it open? Is it closed? What's going on? We don't know. It's MetroNews Talkline, and we are underway.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded. We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the Metro News Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set line up link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Cue Dave and TJ. You're on. Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. Welcome into the program. Metro News Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. Dave Wilson in Morgantown. TJ Meadows is in Charleston. Sophia Wasik handling the audio version of the show today. If you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state, say thank you to Sophia. Jake Link handles the video stream if you're watching in at WVMetroNews.com, the Metro News TV app, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. Coming up in a little bit, Shawn Fluharty, delegate from Ohio County, will join us. Could the Greyhounds races be coming to an end? Well, if a bill in Congress gets through unchanged, that very well could happen. Also, Brit Aguirre, Democrat running for Congress in the 1st District, will join us coming up in the second hour. We'll talk revenue numbers with Eric Nelson. Say good morning to one TJ Meadows in the Charleston Encova Insurance Studios this morning. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning, sir. Hope you and all the listeners had a wonderful weekend. Back to work. Here we go.
Got the primary election coming up a week from tomorrow. Just a note, early voting continues through Saturday. And the political action committees that we've been talking so much about recently continue to spend a ton of money. Brad McElhenney has a story at WVMetroNews.com. Sugar Maple PAC, which has the strongest ties to Governor Morrissey, has been pouring in big dollars, raising a total of $1.265 million to spend in House and Senate races. Sugar Maple is renowned for its, he goes into what the Sugar Maple is. That was nice. In West Virginia politics, Sugar Maple PAC had raised a little more than $500,000 in the first period of January, from January to March 31st, and the Political Action Committee poured it on during the primary period from April 1st to April 26th, raising over $700,000. Stephen Allen Adams, our friend from Ogden newspapers, Capitol reporter and columnist, also noted the spending. He's been tracking all of this throughout the primary election season, and he joins us from the Encova Insurance Studios in Charleston. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning. May the 4th be with you. Live long and prosper, and whatever sci-fi greeting that you prefer today.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate it, buddy. All right. We knew the PACs were spending a ton of money heading into this primary season, and that has just accelerated here with the last couple of days as we head down the stretch, a week to go to the primary.
No, that's absolutely true, and it's kind of even hard to keep track of because it changes on a daily basis. When I first looked at this a week ago, I looked at 5 groups. 3 of them were affiliated with Governor Patrick Morrissey. That'd be Sugar Maple PAC. That'd be the School Freedom Fund. That would be Americans for Prosperity. And there's a couple others that sort of have similar goals but aren't necessarily affiliated. Those 5 groups alone last week had spent week before, like April 22nd, had spent about $1.6 million. Of that amount, the 3 Morrissey-affiliated groups, Sugar Maple PAC, School Freedom Fund, AFP, had spent about $1.3 million. Flash forward to last week, and that number goes up to just short of $2 million, just for those 3 particular PACs/independent expenditure committees altogether. It's a staggering amount of money. And keep in mind, only one of them really has to report who donates to them. That'd be Sugar Maple PAC. It's a political action committee. In fact, Brad has a great story, as you pointed out, about their most recent report that just came out. Those were due May 1st, I believe, and how much donations have come in since they started operating and how much they've spent to date. But the others don't even have to report any donors at all. We don't know who's donating to them. We could presume a lot of it's out-of-state money, especially in regards to the School Freedom Fund, which is primarily a Club for Growth operation, but it's staggering.
Let's talk about Sugar Maple PAC and this latest report. Now, that report ran through April the 26th. It's their, quote, 2026 primary report. They raised in that period, Stephen, from April the 1st to the 26th, $700,000. $600,000 of that came from 2 individuals.
Yes.
2 individuals, one Jeff Yass and one Thomas Klingenstein, both in the financial world, Wall Street guys. They ponied up $600K between the 2 of them. Thoughts?
It's just, again, the word I keep going back to is staggering. We're talking about Brinks trucks being dropped in these races. And I'd be curious, of course, I've not done it. I've not seen anyone else do it. Reaching out maybe to these people, do they know any of these candidates that they're willingly sending money for this PAC to be able to send mailers for or send mailers against? I mean, do they know? I mean, obviously Jeff Yass is very much a school choice person. That's what he is kind of known for. But I mean, is he aware of the actual stances of any of these people? I mean, take out of it whether they were supportive of making changes to HOPE, which almost happened during the session. It did sort of happen, but in a very minor way, changing how the payments go out. But the bill in question that was an originating bill was not even a bill that would have gotten rid of HOPE. It just would have changed its structure to some extent. But, I mean, does he know that these guys do support school choice and have supported school choice over the years? I mean, that's the question I kind of have for these people that are dumping this amount of money. I mean, what are they being told is going on here to where they think they need to drop $600,000 in a short period of time?
That on top of the couple $100,000 they dropped during the first period.
In a state that, look, I'm just going to say it, is already conservative. I mean, for the most part, in its outlook and certainly its electorate, for sure, it's already a fairly conservative state. What are you trying to change?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Stephen Allen Adams, Ogden newspapers, Capitol reporter and columnist. And Stephen, I think the answer to your question, do they know who they're supporting or do they know anything about these candidates? The answer is probably no, because if you look at the candidates that are being supported, and I say this, I try to say this very carefully because anybody that runs for office, good for you, congratulations. It's tough. It's a thankless job. But many of these candidates have no legislative experience at any level, have never been elected to anything. Some are very young, some are very inexperienced. So I have a hard time believing that many of the people who are putting up big money here have any idea who these candidates are or what their credentials are, other than they're not that guy.
Yeah, I think that's right. Look, I mean, nobody's guaranteed a seat. I mean, these aren't lifetime appointments. These are elections. You got to stand up in the House. You got to get reelected every 2 years. In the Senate, you got to get reelected every 4 years. So nobody owns these seats. If you feel like you are the better person to run, you should run. And it's a citizen legislature. It's a part-time legislature. So it's okay if you're running and you don't have any legislative experience. That's perfectly fine. But at the same time, I do think that the logic behind some of these, like whether these groups are supporting a new person versus a longtime incumbent. I mean, I am really curious about the decision making here, which at least seems to be not always the same as some of the endorsements Governor Patrick Morrisey has made, and I talk about those in my most recent weekend story, as well as Senator Shelley Moore Capito, U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who's also put a lot of her money from her campaign into David McKinley's PAC, Mountaineer Freedom Alliance. Not nearly as much spending going on within that PAC as, say, the other three that we've mentioned. It's still dwarfing it by thousands of dollars. But it really just kind of raises the question about what's the end goal here? Is it to change policy? Or are we not conservative enough? Or is this all just in operation because a certain political person, Governor Patrick Morrisey in this case, is just not happy with how these people act towards him, and these groups are pouring money to put candidates in that will back him?
If it's the latter, there's enough action and enough money in the Senate that's up for grabs. But in the House, when you look at the spending in the House, yes, it's significant. I mean, this Vernon Chris Hartzog race alone, just the two PACs we've been talking about, Sugar Maple and School Freedom Fund, by my math here very quickly, just over $24,000 to support Hartzog, and way more than that, like almost $80,000, over $80,000. In opposition of Chris. With that said, there are not enough races that these PACs are involved in. Even if the Morrisey faction wins every race they're involved in the House, they're not going to flip the House. So what's the point?
Thank you for raising that point, because I've raised this privately with a few people. It's been pretty clear the last two sessions that the state Senate is the body that's a little friendlier to the governor, for sure, versus the House, which is, more skeptical. They go along with them when there's agreement, but if there's something that they have concerns about, they pump the brakes, especially House Finance Committee Chairman Vernon Chris. Mm-hmm. So a lot of money is being spent on the Senate side, largely to defend people that Morrisey believes are allies, people perceived to be Morrisey allies, and keep them in place over the faction that seems to be led by former Senate Majority Leader Tom Takubo and his people. So this might be successful in keeping some of those candidates in place that back Morrisey's policies. But you're right. If they get rid of Vernon Chris, if they get rid of Delegate Scott Hecker, if they get rid of Clay Riley or Jeff Stevens or Gary Howe, that what is that, 4 or 5 that we just named off
Canterbury,
right there?
They're going after him too.
Yeah, okay. Well, you get
but
rid
not
of some,
enough.
You get rid of some people that don't like and have been burrs in your backside, but it doesn't change the makeup of the House, which really has been kind of hostile to Governor, particularly in this last session. So, yeah, you get to score some vendettas, but otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it?
Isn't that going to make the House mad? I mean, Dave, wouldn't that if you only flip a couple of seats, you're just going to have a House that is more vindictive, and that's the wrong word, but they're more ticked off than what they were before.
You got two possibilities. One, some are going to be a little scared, and I've talked to some lawmakers privately about all the spending. I mean, there's some legit lawmakers that are just surprised, and as am I, by the Brinks trucks that have been dropped in these races. So you're going to have some that might actually get scared and maybe go along to get along. I think, though, that you're going to have more people that just double down. It's like the governor is getting directly involved with our body, our legislative body, our third branch government. I think there's going to be a few that are going to take a look at the governor's agenda next year and be a lot more cautious, and I think they're going to exercise their powers a lot more.
Let me ask, TJ, you touched on this in your commentary. Stephen, I'm interested to get your perspective. Why hasn't the other side, I'm using scare quotes if you're watching on video, the other side of this coin, the candidates are not getting all this support from the PACs, the candidates who are the targets of these PACs' attack ads, why aren't they punching back more or harder? Or do they have the ability to punch back harder against this type of money?
Honestly, I think they've been kind of pulling their punches a little bit to try to get to this point that we're in right now with early voting, because early voting started last week, as you pointed out. It ends this Saturday. The election's next week. I think they've been trying to keep their powder dry, so to speak, metaphorically, and drop ads and mailers and social media now when they feel like it could probably be most effective, because sometimes the last thing you see before you go into the polling booth is going to be the thing that probably affects how you vote in that polling booth. Some of these ads that we talked about from the other Morrissey affiliated groups have been running for weeks. They've been flooding. I posted pictures of my mailer haul. People have to be getting annoyed, even if you support maybe one or more of the candidates that you're getting the mailers from. You have to be getting annoyed by it. Now, these other groups like Mountaineer Freedom Alliance dropping money, dropping some spending now or whatnot, that might be a thing that helps them. So I think they've been trying to keep their powder dry, and they think they certainly don't have as much money raised as the other groups, but they have a lot, and I think they're trying to be more effective with the money that they got.
Dave, I'll give you my 2 cents on that. If you're a candidate A, and you've got some of the out-of-state PACs, and it's just some, it's not all, and some of their messaging, again, I stress some, is a little cavalier with truth. If you are getting the benefit of that, in other words, they are running those ads against candidate B, your competition, and they're also giving you money in support of you to run positive ads for you, then it's a question of, well, what's the fundraising look like minus that? And I think a lot of the candidates that are benefiting from a lot of these PACs that we're talking about, the dark money and some of the ads that, again, have a cavalier relationship with the truth, they're not going to speak out because they got no money otherwise, and they need it in order to win. I mean, that's the hard truth of the matter as I see it.
Cavalier relationship with the truth. Is that what you said?
That's what I said. Cavalier relationship with the truth. I mean, am I right or wrong, Stephen? I mean,
no, I think you're absolutely right about that. I mean, this is really interesting. And again, I've talked about this with a couple other people. This may be West Virginia elections going forward. I mean, I think there was some dipping of the toes with these type of tactics in the last couple elections. This is the full bore, and I think maybe this is the way
it's on and popping.
Yeah.
You can read Stephen Allen Adams' work, of course, all across the state of West Virginia and Ogden newspapers in all corners of the state. You can read Brad's take on the Political Action Committee spending at WVMetroNews.com. You can read TJ's commentary regarding much of the same this morning at WVMetroNews.com. 1 week to go, Stephen. 1 week to go. Buckle down, buddy.
May the Schwartz be with us all.
This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. Back in a moment.
The rule of law protects our communities. Integrity protects our values. Conservative Justice Gerald Titus spent his career fighting for both. As a prosecutor, Titus took on criminals and traffickers. Now, as a justice, he applies the law as written, fairly and independently. Endorsed by law enforcement, he stands with those who protect and serve. Because when courts uphold the law, criminals are held accountable and communities are safer. For Justice Titus, it's personal.
I'm Justice Gerald Titus. I spent my career upholding the rule of law. I was born here, raised here, and now my wife and I are raising our family in West Virginia. We need judges who are fair and apply the laws written and protect the rights of all our citizens.
Vote to keep conservative Justice Gerald Titus on the West Virginia Supreme Court. Vote early or on May 12th. Paid for by Titus for Supreme Court.
Every day across West Virginia, healing happens here, where skilled hands and caring hearts save lives. West Virginia hospitals are more than places of care. They are lifelines for our communities. Employing nearly 54,000 people, hospitals power local economies and help communities not just survive, but thrive. During National Hospital Week, we recognize those who care for us all, because healing happens here, and its impact reaches everywhere. A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association.
Located in the heart of West Virginia, Bridgeport is the place to play. Endless indoor and outdoor recreation opportunities, including the Bridge Sport Complex, coupled with a dynamic food scene, make Bridgeport the perfect getaway destination for couples and families. Explore unique shopping and pick from a wealth of lodging options to find something perfect for your needs. Explore the heart of West Virginia in Bridgeport. Learn more about all there is to do at greater-bridgeport.com.
Everywhere you look, people are supporting Shelley Moore Capito for Senate. President Trump has endorsed her. So has West Virginians for Life. The National Shooting Sports Foundation named her Legislator of the Year. And she's backed by workers, small business owners, and Republicans across the Mountain State. Now it's your turn. Vote early through May 9th or on Election Day, May 12th.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
5, 3. For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Texter asks, where are they getting all the money for their donations? We touched on it briefly there during the conversation, but I'll point you to Brad McElhenney's article at WVMetroNews.com. Several big-time donors have a particular interest in promoting school choice policies like charter schools and education vouchers. The PAC's financial support's driven by several high-dollar contributors. The richest person in Pennsylvania, SAG trading firm manager director Jeff Yass. We mentioned him, $450,000 total. Yass is a prominent mega donor to Republican and Libertarian causes, mainly focused on school choice. Hedge fund manager Thomas Klingenstein of New York City, chairman of the board of trustees for Claremont Institute, a conservative think tank. He's contributed $350,000. Texas hedge fund billionaire Brett Hendrickson contributed just $65,000. Talking about the money we're talking about, if $65,000 is a chump change. Sam Filer of Stamford, Connecticut, contributed $50,000. He's a regular political donor known for his backing of religious and conservative causes. So hopefully, Texter, that answers your question somewhat. But a lot of big money coming from not inside. Not that we have a lot of big money inside West Virginia for that matter, but big money coming from outside in West Virginia that seems to have an interest in who's representing you in the state Senate and House of Delegates.
I got to give Yass and the boys one thing. They could obscure this through a 501c4, give to the organization, then the organization would turn around and we'd have no idea their name is on it. Yass is not only the richest man in Pennsylvania, he's the 28th richest man in the world. I mean, this dude is doing pretty good. This is not even a drop in the bucket, not even like a ripple, nothing, right? So, not surprised, but I will give them this. They're putting their name on it. And I think that's important. If you believe something, you want something, put your name on it. I will give them that. They're not trying to obscure it through some 501c4 organization.
And we touched on this during the conversation, and we don't have time to get into it deeply here with about 20 seconds to go, TJ, but what is being sold to these mega donors to get them to pour that kind of money into West Virginia State Senate and House of Delegates races? Shoulder shrug emoji, but it makes you wonder what's being sold. Yeah.
Good salesman.
Good salesmen are worth their weight in gold, aren't they?
Well, there you go.
Coming up, I don't know if he's a good salesman or not, but he does have the updated revenue report from April. We'll talk to the state revenue secretary. Eric Nelson's going to join us. Jonathan Savage later. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It's 10:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
First, chilly start to our Sunday yesterday. Enough for some 30s, 31s, and some daily record lows. Huntington got to 31 degrees for your low yesterday. Not enough for a record in Charleston, but a frosty 32, 18 degrees below average for the low. Average low is like 50 now. Average high is 74, and only got to 63 yesterday, and 0.02 of an inch of rain. Just enough rainfall for a number yesterday. I'll be timing some isolated to widely scattered showers today. Slight chance this morning, a chance of a shower this afternoon generally for the state with a low chance of a thunderstorm. Tomorrow morning, likely starting dry, sunny, and then a front swings in midweek. So Tuesday night, Wednesday through Thursday. Showers are likely and some heavy rain and potentially some isolated strong storms. Middle of the week is something I'll keep eyes on. Flies here to your forecast. It starts at home. Charlotte near 79 today. Orlando 81. Back near 92 on Wednesday. Chicago 77. Some isolated severe storms are possible there. Up to the north, highs warming back up into low to mid 70s. A little bit of a southwest breeze and around a 30% chance of a shower. Slight chance of a thunderstorm through early tonight. Low near 60. Eastern areas, we got 60s and 70s on the board. A chance of an afternoon shower, low chance of a thunderstorm today and early tonight, then dry for the morning drive tomorrow. Lows in the mid-50s. From east to west, we have a chance of a shower, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a chance of a general isolated thunderstorm today. Through early tonight, lows in the ranks of the mid and upper 50s. And to the south, a chance of a shower, an isolated storm. Highs near 70 or so, lows in the 50s. Slight chance of a shower tonight. Charleston, 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of a thunderstorm today. Dry tomorrow early, high near 80, then 67. Showers likely Wednesday and again on Thursday.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
a
great point.
Join Tony Caridi, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
.304 Talk 304. That is the text line. You can always call us 800-765-TALK 800-765-8255. State revenues for April up $70 million over anticipated figures. Joining us on MetroNews Talkline this morning is the Revenue Secretary Eric Nelson. Eric, good morning. Good to talk to you.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Good to be here.
So, revenues for April up $70 million over estimates. How was West Virginia doing last month?
Well, West Virginia had another solid month. Yes, as you mentioned, we were up $70 million for the year or for the month, and April is our highest collection month of the year, and as many would expect, that's when our tax returns come in. But it was the $70 million's up about 12%. Over estimates. A total of about $670 million was collected. That's also about $27 million better than the prior year, or about 4% on that front. Dave, year to date, we're at $4.7 million collected. That's just under, that's $269 million, or 6% over estimates. And it's 3.3% better than the prior year. This month, was led primarily by much higher severance collections and personal income tax collections. On the severance front, we were up almost $50 million over estimates, and we attribute that to our estimates had predicted that we would have lower volumes of coal production and some lower volumes in pricing, but both coal pricing and natural gas pricing were above estimates, as was the volume. With the PIT, or the personal income tax, we do have higher wages and, the inflation component, but personal income tax is up about 3.5%. These offset a drop that we had in the consumer sales tax this past month. Lastly, just some bit of facts, if you don't mind, and happy to answer any questions. But I mentioned that April is our big tax return processing month, and as of midweek last week, 773,000 returns had been processed, a very similar number to the prior year. And 65% of the returns that come into the state have a refund attached to them. And this year, our refund has averaged about $558 per return, which is up slightly from the prior year. Lastly, if I may, we've talked about the car tax credit in months past. Year to date, car tax credit claims are down about 14% in number and about 20% in dollars. And some of that is due to we had a kind of a year and a half of credits in the prior year. But happy to answer any questions. And again, we're excited about where we are 10 months through the year.
Morning, Eric. Thanks for joining us. Tons of questions here. Great report. Let's start with coal and severance. You talked about your estimates had lower coal pricing than what was realized. What do you attribute that to? Are we seeing upticks in the met market, the thermal market? What's driving that increased price per ton?
TJ, when these estimates are put together, we're 12 months plus in advance. And so when we're looking at these, the trends that we had 12 to 18 months ago were much different than they are now. And so that is one reflection in the severance. Our gas production continues to rise rather nicely. Prices have dropped off from the beginning of this year, but that's one reason why severance is something that we look forward to when it beats estimates. And those are sometimes the monies that we use for one-time expenditures at the end of the year. But on average, as we look at an annual year, our severance collections are in that $400 to $500 million range, and that's year in and year out. The good years that we had I should say about 5 or 6 years ago, it hit $1 billion one year. So anyway, I'm not sure if that answers your question, TJ, but again, it's one that you're looking at an estimate many months in advance.
Talking to Eric Nelson, State Revenue Secretary, on the April revenue report. Consumer sales taxes down a little bit in April, but year over year, Eric, are they still where you thought they should be?
Yes. And one thing about our month of April there, Dave, we were down about $13 million because we had some non-recurring adjustments. That's not to be unexpected. However, if you back out those adjustments, core sales tax collections were up still almost 1.3%. Year to date, yes, they're right in line with where we are and really ahead of the pace of inflation. So we're excited about that.
Folks are feeling it.
Go ahead.
No, please finish your thought.
TJ, I think, and Dave, probably these higher gas prices are starting to have an effect on some of our purchases. So that's going to be something that we'll look at going forward, because any gas tax goes into our gas fund. It does not go into our consumer sales tax fund. So we're going to look at that as we go into these final months of the year.
I was going to ask you about the expense side of that. Obviously, pricing at the pump has went up. That translates into everything, price of goods sold because of the transport. I'm curious, what, if any, effect you're seeing potentially in that surplus, because I don't know that our expense side was necessarily able to forecast a war with Iran, obviously. So what do we need to do in terms of being diligent to be able to cope with that increased price of oil? How does that affect the state?
So TJ, our expenses are presented by the governor and approved by the legislature. And the budget that we are on right now with expenditures was approved last year. Mm-hmm. And to date, we are not, they're within their budgeted line items. These last 2 months of the year, we'll really begin to focus more and more on where our various agencies will end up relative to their budgeted expense line items. But historically, we have always been below our budgeted expenses at year end. And to note, this same time last year, I mentioned our year-to-date surplus is $269. Last year at the same point, we were $237. And we ended up June 25, with a total year-end surplus of $254. So it's a very favorable current situation. But again, the old phrase is you always have some caution as we look and go forward.
Revenue Secretary Eric Nelson. You can read our story on the April Revenue Report over at the website this morning, WVMetroNews.com. Eric, we appreciate it. Talk to you, I guess we'll be talking to you in June. Boy, that's hard to believe. Appreciate it, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great day.
You as well. Up next, Jonathan Savage will join us. What is happening in the Strait of Hormuz, and could there be a deal close with Iran? ? We'll get the latest from Jonathan Savage, Fox News Radio, when we return. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
I'm Tom Willis, running against Shelley Moore Capito for U.S. Senate. Sarah and I love raising our kids here in West Virginia. You're the best people in the world, and it has been my honor to serve West Virginia for 26 years in the West Virginia National Guard, including flood duties all over our great state, and now in the state Senate. Shelley has abandoned our West Virginia traditional Christian family values, is ranked as one of the top insider traders in the U.S. Senate, and instead of negotiating for West Virginia families, got her son appointed as DA. I'm Tom Willis, and I approve this message because it's time for a change, West Virginia.
Paid for by Tom Willis Victory.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
For over 30 years, High Technology Foundation has been committed to building a stronger West Virginia. Our mission, economic diversification. By fostering innovation and supporting tech initiatives, we pave the way for a brighter future. From cutting-edge research to tech-driven solutions, we're transforming the landscape. Join us in creating opportunities and driving progress. Let's build a diverse economy together. Visit WVHTF.org. High Technology Foundation, shaping West Virginia's future.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
The region's largest restoration firm, responding from 5 locations. When disaster strikes your home or business, call Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Could Greyhound racing be coming to an end in West Virginia, and how could that impact the Northern Panhandle? Delegate Shawn Fluharty from Ohio County going to join us coming up top of next hour. In the Strait of Hormuz, U.S. forces have started a new effort to guide ships through the strait. Meanwhile, military officials rejecting claims that Iran struck a Navy warship. For the latest, let's go to Fox News Radio's Jonathan Savage. Jonathan, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with Project Freedom. What exactly does Project Freedom entail?
Well, President Trump says Project Freedom will entail the U.S. military guiding ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran, however, continues to insist on control of the strait, saying any ships that wants to pass through there will need its permission. U.S. Central Command says that the plan has already started to work. It's told us that 2 U.S.-flagged merchant ships have crossed the strait. Iran is denying this. The Revolutionary Guard saying no commercial vessel or tanker has crossed in the past few hours, saying claims by U.S. officials are baseless and complete lies. But certainly that's not the first time we've heard one side or the other accuse their adversary of lies, because a similar claim was leveled at the Iranians when reports came out that a U.S. Navy warship had been hit by 2 missiles. That has been dismissed as propaganda.
Jonathan, taking a look this morning, I see that Scott Bessent was on Fox News talking about China's involvement in all of this. What can you tell us?
China has played a role in the background in this. China has been trying to talk to all sides, trying to play a bit of a mediator role, and Treasury Secretary Bessent is asking China to do even more. Now, China is the major purchaser of Iranian oil, buys about 90% of Iranian oil. So Secretary Bessent saying that China should step up with some diplomacy and get the Iranians to open the strait. He describes China as funding the largest state sponsor of terrorism, so China should join the international operation, he says, to get the strait open. He didn't say exactly what he wants China to do, but clearly he'd like their input.
Talking to Fox News Radio's Jonathan Savage. Over the weekend, there were reports President Trump was evaluating a possible peace deal or some sort of a deal with Iran. What do we know so far, Jonathan?
So Iran tells us that they sent the United States a 14-point proposal, and the United States has responded via the Pakistani mediators. It appears as though President Trump's not particularly enthusiastic about this based on interviews given with Israeli media. And while the details of this proposal haven't been made public, officials say that they focus on ending hostilities, lifting sanctions, ending the blockade. However, the problem for the U.S. is going to be that it doesn't appear as though nuclear negotiations would form part of this. The Iranians continue to want nuclear talks to be pushed further down the road after the conflict comes to an end. Of course, this could be a problem because it was the failure of nuclear talks which led to Operation Epic Fury.
Taking a look back at the plan here to open the strait, Jonathan, one of the interesting developments here, it seems like the actual shipping companies are expressing confusion about what exactly is going on, how the U.S. is going to do this. Obviously, they're hearing from the Iranians as well. Any insight into how these companies are making decisions, whether or not to avail themselves of the U.S. plan or stay put for now? What are you hearing?
It's all about risk for the shipping companies. Is the risk from Iran, which has been firing seaborne drones and other projectiles at ships, is that going to diminish as a result of Project Freedom? Iran says it will continue to target ships which attempt to transit the strait without permission, and it has been doing so in recent days. The question is, can the United States persuade shipping companies and, crucially, their insurers that this won't happen if the United States military presence has the impact? However, some large shipping organizations, BIMCO and ICS, have expressed uncertainty about Project Freedom to Fox this morning. BIMCO saying that without consent from Iran, it's currently not clear whether the Iranian threat can be degraded or suppressed. So I think there's a wait-and-see situation at the moment.
Fox News Radio's Jonathan Savage with the latest. Jonathan, always appreciate it. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Coming up, Shawn Fluharty, top of the hour. Brit Aguirre will also join us. She is one of the Democrats running for the House of Representatives in District 1. We'll talk to her coming up 11:33 this morning. 800-765-TALK is the phone number, 800-765-8255. You can text us 304-TALK-304. Need a little more money, money, money? Grab this $5 scratch-off that lives up to its name. You could win up to $10,000. And with A 3x multiplier, your prize could triple in a flash. It's fast, fun, and full of possibilities. Money, money, money. Get yours at a West Virginia Lottery retailer today. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly.
When it's your family, your kids, your home, your parenting time, you want somebody on the Court of Appeals who lives and breathes family law. Even if you don't win your case, you still should feel that you've been heard. I'm Jim Douglas. I'm a family court judge, and I'm asking you to put real family court experience on the Court of Appeals for your future.
Paid for by the Committee for Family Law Experience for ICA. Susan Shepard, Chair.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States, and melanoma is the most treatable when found early. At the WVU Cancer Institute, our experts use advanced screening, leading-edge technology, and personalized care to detect and treat skin cancer early. From routine skin checks to comprehensive cancer care and survivorship, we're here for you every step of the way. Don't wait to get checked. Call 855-WVU-CARE.
Right now, America is hungry for energy, more power, more reliability, and more security. So here's a question worth asking. Why not coal? And why not now? West Virginia sits on one of the most abundant energy resources in the world. Generations of miners, proven infrastructure, and coal-fired power plants already delivering dependable, around-the-clock electricity. At a time when demand is surging and reliability matters more than ever, coal isn't a question mark, it's a solution. Today, there's robust support in West Virginia and Washington to strengthen American energy independence using the resources we already have. So again, we ask, why not coal? And why not now? Because when it comes to powering our homes, our hospitals, our economy, and new opportunities, West Virginia Coal is ready. A message from the Friends of Coal, powering America today and tomorrow.
Picture a community where every space tells a story. Those are the communities we're designing at ZL Architects and Engineers. With a blend of creativity and technical expertise, we design spaces that inspire, innovate, and ignite change. From cutting-edge educational facilities to community-centric gathering spaces, we're committed to improving lives through design. Let us help you shape a brighter future for generations to come. Because at ZL it's more than architecture. It's about building your legacy.
Some relationships just work better with trust, reliability, and great communication. That's why more West Virginians are choosing CityNet Gig Fiber. Fast, symmetrical speeds, no contracts, no data caps, and local teams monitoring the network around the clock. Plus, for a limited time, new residential customers can get 50% off any internet plan for a full year, with plans starting as low as $25 a month. Check availability at your address. Visit citynet.net today. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Shawn Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
.com.
Shawn Fluharty, delegate from Ohio County, going to join us coming up top of the hour. We'll talk about the impact eliminating Greyhound racing could have in Wheeling. We'll talk about that coming up in just a moment. If you'll indulge me for 2 minutes, I want to brag on Mrs. Wilson for just a moment. We were in Pittsburgh this weekend, TJ. Yesterday, actually, she ran the Pittsburgh Half Marathon.
Oh, good.
She's a runner. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody runs marathons. They all look miserable before it starts. They all look miserable when it's over. I do not get it. But she ran it like 1:57, something, a little under 2 hours, completed a half marathon. And that was, I think, 10 years to the day almost. She ran her first one. So congratulations to her. And then just for the icing on the cake, we went and got something to eat, went over to the ball game. And then she rubbed it in that the Pirates swept the Reds this weekend all the way from PNC Park back to the house. I'd look over out in the passenger seat, and if you're watching on video, she'd just be doing this. I said, what are you doing? She goes, sweeping. Shut up. Shut up, leave me alone. But, so up there for the marathon. It was cold to start the day, pretty nice to finish it. But I don't get it, man. I don't. Runners are nuts, is what I've come to the conclusion.
Not my thing. Not my thing at all. So kudos to her for having the ability to do it, the willingness to do it. And then, the Reds took it on the chin.
Oh, man. Couldn't buy a hit yesterday. Couldn't buy a hit. And there I was, surrounded by a bunch of Pirate fans. The one guy in the middle of a sea of black and gold. The struggle was real, TJ. The struggle is real. By the way, in case you're wondering, I was asleep in the car for the bulk of that race. I saw her to the corral. I saw her at the end, in between. I got a nice nap yesterday morning in the parking garage.
Oh, goodness.
That's how I run marathons, TJ.
Way to go, Dave.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was tough. Been training for 6 months for that.
Yeah.
This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
First, chilly start to our Sunday yesterday. Enough for some 30s, 31s, and some daily record lows. Huntington got to 31 degrees for your low yesterday. Not enough for a record in Charleston, but a frosty 32, 18 degrees below average for the low. Average low is like 50 now. Average high is 74, and only got to 63 yesterday. And 0.02 of an inch of rain, just enough rainfall for a number yesterday. I'll be timing some isolated to widely scattered showers today. Slight chance this morning, a chance of a shower this afternoon generally for the state with a low chance of a thunderstorm. Tomorrow morning, likely starting dry, sunny, and then a front swings in midweek. So Tuesday night, Wednesday through Thursday. Showers are likely and some heavy rain and potentially some isolated strong storms. Middle of the week is something I'll keep eyes on. Flies here to your forecast. It starts at home. Charlotte near 79 today. Orlando 81. Back near 92 on Wednesday. Chicago 77. Some isolated severe storms are possible there. Up to the north, highs warming back up into low to mid 70s. A little bit of a southwest breeze and around a 30% chance of a shower. Slight chance of a thunderstorm through early tonight. Low near 60. Eastern areas, we got 60s and 70s on the board. A chance of an afternoon shower, low chance of a thunderstorm today and early tonight, then dry for the morning drive tomorrow. Lows in the mid-50s. From east to west, we have a chance of a shower, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a chance of a general isolated thunderstorm today. Through early tonight, lows in the ranks of the mid and upper 50s. And to the south, a chance of a shower, an isolated storm. Highs near 70 or so, lows in the 50s. Slight chance of a shower tonight. Charleston, 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of a thunderstorm today. Dry tomorrow early, high near 80, then 67. Showers likely Wednesday and again on Thursday.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Second hour of Metro News Talkline. Dave Wilson in Morgantown. TJ Meadows is in Charleston. Sophia Wasik handles the audio side of things, and Jake Link the video side of things. We appreciate you being part of the show. If you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the states or watching on the Metro News TV app, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. Bottom of the hour, Brit Aguirre, Democrat running for the House of Representatives in West Virginia's 1st District, will join us. We'll get to your text as well, 304-TALK-304. You can always give us a call at 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Once again, say good morning to TJ Meadows, who mans the Charleston complex. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I feel sorry for travelers over the weekend who were traveling via Spirit Airlines. You know, they finally shut down, bankruptcy, 2-3 times over. The government's not going to bail them out. I read, though, that even while that decision was made, some flights were in the air when they decided, okay, we're done. And then obviously they landed safe and sound. But, I mean, if you're up there, surely to goodness you emptied the beverage drawer, right? I mean, what are they going to do, fire you?
Free drinks for everybody.
Free drinks for everybody. I mean, that should be some consolation because if you weren't, if Paducah, I guess, I don't know, wasn't your final destination, you're kind of out there, right? I don't get a free beverage anyway.
Did Spirit have service to Paducah?
I have no clue.
Wow. Wow. I could not imagine the headache. Can you? I mean, getting stuck on a connector, somebody being stuck in your connector in Paducah and going, well, here I am. At least get stuck somewhere like Key West if you're going to get stuck somewhere. Well, I can't get a flight home on. I'm going to have to spend a while in Key West.
Sometime, remind me to tell you the story. I wanted to do a day trip to New Jersey and back so I could sleep in my own bed. I was willing to fly anywhere and everywhere. Got stuck at Newark, ended up spending the night in the Swan Inn. There's a story.
Ooh. We'll put that on a Friday somewhere in Steam Release. Did you see, speaking of planes, the story, the truck driver that got hit by the plane, was that New Jersey? coming into the runway, came in too low and clipped a semi?
My goodness, no.
Yeah, we got planes falling out of the skies, planes that won't fly, and we bring in Shawn Fluharty with no good transition. He is the delegate from Ohio County, also running for state senate in the 1st District as a Democrat. There's a provision in the Farm, Food, and National Security Act that has passed the U.S. House of Representatives that would criminalize Greyhound racing nationwide. That means the nation's 2 remaining dog tracks, one in Wheeling, the other in Nitro, could see Greyhound racing come to an end unless the Senate intervenes. Shawn Fluharty joins us on MetroNews Talkline. Shawn, good morning.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. What would this do? Give us an idea of how heavily the local economy there in Wheeling, Ohio County, and the Northern Panhandle in general, Shawn, relies on Greyhound racing there at Wheeling Island Casino.
So much so our police and fire, their pensions rely on it. And not to mention the 500 to 700 jobs that we may lose because of it. Those are your trainers, your owners, your veterinarians, and the direct and indirect revenue sources that come from it. I mean, we've seen estimations in millions of dollars annually, 50 million plus at the local level annually on that. And so it's something that we cannot prepare for at the Northern Panhandle. We're talking about something that would take place virtually overnight. And at a time when we're doing very well. I mean, just this past weekend, we had 1.5 million in handle in Wheeling alone on Saturday. So that tells you the interest is still high nationwide when it comes to Greyhound racing. And the DC swamp wants to essentially, take out West Virginia's industry, which is very unconstitutional if you want to get down in the weeds on that. I mean, it's a violation of the 10th Amendment. The states are responsible for gaming regulation. We knew that when PASPA was overturned in 2018. This is a gaming activity. It was by a referendum of West Virginians who said they support this industry, and now it's the DC swamp taking it away from us.
So one of the groups that seems to be...
We got an echo.
Hang on.
All right, go ahead.
Fixed now.
There
Sorry.
we go.
One of the groups that seems to be behind this, Grey 2K USA Worldwide. Yep. Shawn, this is what they said. Greyhound racing is cruel and inhumane and will soon be regulated to the dustbin of history. In modern society, greyhounds are loving companions and should not be used and abused as gambling props. And you say what to that?
Grey 2K is a joke. They've been a joke from day one. They were a joke when they were in the halls of the West Virginia legislature, and they were denied time after time when they tried to take it away at the state level. So where they knew they can't beat us at the state level, Republicans and Democrats came together in a bipartisan manner and defeated them time after time. So they took their lies where the lies live in Washington, D.C., and they're making some headway there in the House. It's unfortunate that that amendment was part of the farm bill, because when you think of Greyhound racing, obviously you think it belongs in a farm bill. I mean, please, on its face, it's total BS and nonsense. I invite any listener in the state of West Virginia to come to the Northern Panhandle and visit the kennels and visit the owners and see how these dogs are treated. They are a PR campaign. That's all they are. And it's an easy PR campaign because we're talking about dogs. But we should also be talking about the thoroughbred industry, because they're going to come for them next. And we just basically said on Saturday we're going to have a timeout nationwide and celebrate thoroughbred racing. At the same time, we're trying to eliminate Greyhound racing. It makes no sense. So that group is nothing but a PR campaign. They were denied year after year in the state of West Virginia because we saw their lives for what they were. And hopefully Washington, D.C. wakes up and denies them in the swamp itself.
Talking to Delegate Shawn Fluharty, delegate in Ohio County. He's also running for state senate in the 1st District, unopposed in the primary. He'll be on the ballot in November. Shawn, how tightly regulated or how closely overseen is this industry, in particular the care and the well-being of these dogs who are used in the races?
It's extremely well regulated, and it continues to grow year after year. I mean, when's the last time you even heard of a real issue in the state of West Virginia when it comes to the Greyhound industry? That's because they are well regulated. We have vets on the ground. We don't run races when the weather's inclement, and there's protection. The dogs they're investments first and foremost, and these dogs are adopted at nearly 99% rate. And you can't say that about your local shelter whatsoever. I mean, they are taken care of. The demand is there, not just for when they're racing, but when they're done racing, the demand is there to take care of them and make great pets afterwards. And they're well taken care of, and everybody knows that who actually pays attention to the facts and evidence instead of PR campaigns, which have been taking on this industry now for nearly a decade. And I'm proud to say in West Virginia, we've defended this industry. We've defended these individuals who came to West Virginia. We're talking about family industry here, because generation after generation of these owners, they keep things going. And these are family-run businesses. These are small businesses that employ people at the local level. Every time we talk about politicians saying things, they're like, we got to protect small businesses. So we need to protect these small businesses that bring revenue to our state and help with the pensions of our fire and police. And I'd love to hear some more coming from the state legislature on this issue. We haven't really heard anything. I haven't heard anything from the governor. He's too busy spending money against his own legislature and leadership and his own party, buying elections in the primary season instead of standing up for small businesses in a northern panhandle. Maybe if we put a ribbon out front somewhere, he'll come up to Wheeling and actually talk about this industry. But until then, I've heard only crickets from legislative leadership. I've heard crickets from Congress, the congressional leadership on this issue, and it's going to take away an entire industry in the state of West Virginia. And I would think we would stand up to D.C. because they're targeting just West Virginia. This is an intrastate issue, not an interstate commerce issue. Another reason why it's unconstitutional. So we need to stand up and come together and join together as West Virginians and defend our territory and defend our state and defend our small businesses.
Shawn, I'm reading a story from the Washington Times, a conservative newspaper, talks about Riley Moore. He offered an amendment that would carve out Greyhound. It failed 239 to 187. Most Republicans, according to this publication, sided with Moore. Most Democrats opposed the carve-out. So, I mean, he tried to offer an amendment, did he not?
Yeah, it's an amendment, and I'm glad that he did that. I hope that Senator Capito can do something, or Senator Justice, but I haven't heard any actual building up for the amendment going into this. And we all know where this is coming from. It's coming from California as the original idea for ending the Greyhound industry, and coming from Grey 2K. But the idea here is that you have to build momentum for these things. You can't offer an amendment at the 11th hour and then vote for the bill, which takes away jobs from West Virginians in the district that he represents, which he did at the end of the day. But I applaud him for bringing forth the amendment, but you got to do more than just bring it at the 11th hour. You got to build momentum for it. And that's what needs to happen. So hopefully Senator Capito, we know that Senator Justice actually has supported this industry in the past while he was governor in the state of West Virginia. And I'm confident that he'll do the same as a senator.
Shawn Fluharty joining us, Ohio County Delegate and candidate for State Senate in the 1st District as well. Shawn, associated with this, what's the relationship between the casino license for Wheeling Island and the track and Nitro there and the dog track? What's the association there? What happens if Greyhound racing would go away with the casino licenses?
Well, we would have to tackle that probably at the state level, because the current law dictates that racinos exist in West Virginia and they're tied together. So this would basically decouple them, I guess, in effect. But I really believe even if this does go through, you're going to see there will be lawyers. Let's put it that way. There will be constitutional issues, and this will not go away overnight, because I think there are clear constitutional issues. I can't speak on behalf of the casinos. That's not my job. I speak on behalf of the district I represent, the district that I plan to represent in the fall, and that's the Northern Panhandle, West Virginia. And I know that our people support this, our small businesses support this, and surely our fire and police, they depend on it. And for D.C. to come in at the 11th hour and try to destroy an industry in the state of West Virginia, I think regardless of whether you go to the track or not, they say all these lies. Oh, they depend on a subsidy. It's not a subsidy. If you don't go to the casino, guess what? Not a single dollar of yours goes to the industry whatsoever. That's been a lie from day one. It's a lie they continue to rely on to this day. But that's what happens when you don't have facts and evidence to back it up, and you have to depend on PR campaigns like Grade 2K.
Talk to me about the revenue a bit. I discussed this with some folks over the weekend, and you have much deeper knowledge of the industry than I do. But from what I was able to gather, a large amount of the Greyhound revenue actually comes from Europe. People watching this in Europe, and they bet while they're across the pond. And if that holds, I mean, that's free money. I mean, essentially, that we don't want to give up. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, TJ, I mean, look, you're telling me we have a demand for something worldwide in West Virginia, and DC wants to take it away from us. That's what I'm hearing. It's what you're putting down. Look, we had nearly $6 million go into the pension fund last year. We had $5.2 million back in the Breeders' Fund. We had, I believe it was $1.2 million went into the road fund from this, and a lot of that does come from wagering that takes place outside of West Virginia. There is a demand for it, and if you want to take a look at the actual tax situation on that, we could take a look at that at the state level and see if we're getting the return on the investment that we want on this. But yes, if you're out in Vegas or anywhere else, you can bet on Greyhound racing worldwide. You can be anywhere in the U.S. and that's the thing about this, is that captures a market outside of West Virginia that is vast and lucrative. And why would we want to do away with that? Why would DC want to do away with that? Other than they don't know a damn thing about the industry, and they don't care about the facts or the jobs coming out of West Virginia for this.
Shawn Fluharty joining us, Ohio County Delegate. Shawn, it's the last 2 tracks where Greyhound racing even exists. 40-some other states have already banned it. Should we be concerned, or should we take notice that other states have already banned this? This is the last bastion of this old sport. Should that be a red flag to West Virginia?
It's been a green flag because we are the last one standing, and our revenue numbers have increased because of that. We're the only show left in town. And these decisions on whether to maintain, keep, or get rid of the Greyhound industry, those decisions should be made by West Virginians. Period. Full stop. We made the decision years ago to include this industry in our commerce and build the infrastructure and make it safe and very well regulated. We continue to do so. And those decisions are decisions by us, not by those in D.C., not by lobbyists outside of West Virginia. I know we have a lot of money coming outside of West Virginia into our politics right now, but I'd like to think that we have real leadership in this state that can dictate whether we want this industry to move forward or not. And we do that at the state level. And there's a reason why they're no longer lobbying West Virginia, actual West Virginians and those who represent the state, because they know they're going to lose. So they had to go to Washington, D.C. with our incompetent Congress and lobby them.
Shawn, I have to tell you, you hit on this, and I want you to expand on it, because Dave and I were asking this question on Friday ahead of the Derby. I don't see the difference between horse racing and Greyhound racing. I'm with you. I don't see it.
Look, if you want to do away with the Greyhounds, then guess what? Thoroughbreds are next. They're going to be the next one up, because if you're watching the race on Saturday, TJ, did you see that horse take a spill right before the start of the main event? Did you see that? That was gruesome. I mean, the jockey almost had a 1,500-pound horse land on top of him. So, and the horse had to be disqualified because there could be a potential injury there. So if it's going to happen to the Greyhounds, it's going to happen to the Thoroughbreds. It's only a matter of time until Grade 2K switches gears and goes after the horses. So look, and I'm with you. I don't see a vast difference. So if we're going to use the facts and evidence and make those decisions at the state level, not in D.C.
He's Shawn Fluharty. He is in the House of Delegates right now, representing Ohio County, and he is running for state senate in the 1st District, unopposed in the primary. He'll be on the November ballot. Shawn, always a pleasure to talk to you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
Take a break. Back in a moment. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Everywhere you look, people are supporting Shelley Moore Capito for Senate. President Trump has endorsed her. So has West Virginians for Life. The National Shooting Sports Foundation named her Legislator of the Year. And she's backed by workers, small business owners, and Republicans across the Mountain State. Now it's your turn. Vote early through May 9th or on Election Day, May 12th.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
In West Virginia, community is everything. It's about showing up for each other. Vin Salango and the team at Salango Law don't just work here, they live here, proudly sponsoring local events and giving back to the neighborhoods they love. So when you're facing a serious injury, trust the local team that's always in your corner. They spent over 25 years fighting for West Virginia families. Salango Law. Get results, not excuses. Visit us at salangolaw.com.
Are you ready to reach the finish line of retirement? At the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group, we provide comprehensive guidance for retirement planning in West Virginia. With years of experience, we'll draft a plan tailored for your unique goals. Whether you're just starting or nearing retirement, we make the process as simple as possible, easy, and stress-free. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike to set up a complimentary consultation and get started on your plan today. Let's work toward your dream retirement together.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Welcome back, class of 2011.
Most likely to be a millionaire, didn't quite make it.
Hey, reunion's not over yet.
Over here, millionaire, smile.
Make room, people.
Who is that?
Congratulations to our very own Millionaire for Life!
Never too late, man.
You could win up to $1 million every year with Millionaire for Life. Play in store or online today. West Virginia Lottery. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We told you things getting ugly. Final week leading up to the primary election. Dr. Stephen Eschenauer is running for state senate in the 8th district. He's going to join Metro News Midday coming up later this afternoon. He put out a statement this morning. I read it to you. The latest negative mailer sent to the 8th Senate District crosses a line that should never be crossed. It's offensive. It is racist. And by injecting race into this campaign, it is a direct attack on my family. Let me be clear. I'm the one running for state senate. My family is not. They are off limits. Lori and I are proud parents of 6 children, 4 adopted, 2 of them are African American. Ours is a family grounded in love, faith, and commitment, not politics. For any group to drag our children into this campaign because of their race is wrong. It does not reflect West Virginia values, and it is not the kind of leadership our state deserves. If this is what the opposition stands for, racism, misinformation, discrimination, and personal attacks on children, then the people of this district deserve far better. Dr. Stephen Eschenauer, candidate 8th Senate District, putting out that release this morning, and he will be on Metro News Midday a little bit later this afternoon as well. So we told you, it's getting ugly, Headed down the, we got a week to go. We got a little more than a week to go until Election Day.
Say what you want about me. You bring my wife and kids into it, it's on and popping, buddy. And that's just unfortunate. Especially, and you've said this before, Dave, and I admire you for it. When you play the race card, you know you're up against a wall.
You've got nothing
and you know
left.
you got nothing else. Yeah.
Yep. And this goes back to the conversation we were having with Stephen Adams with the outside interest groups here at TJ. To me, You know what this says to me? The outside interest group, the people who have no idea who makes up the 8th District, who makes up West Virginia, let's play to general stereotypes of West Virginians. Isn't that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly. Well, what are West Virginians? West Virginians are, pick out your favorite worst stereotype. That's what you're doing. You're playing to those types of stereotypes. And you're dragging this guy's family into it? Come on. We're better than that in West Virginia. We know that. But this is where we are with less than a week to go. Less than a week to go.
I need to look at the particular advertisement ad, whatever it is. I haven't seen that one, so I'll go do that after the show today. But I wrote about this today.
Mm-hmm.
Look, PACs do what they do. They do that without a candidate getting involved because that's the law. But clearly, it favors one candidate over the other. There's an opportunity, as John McCain did, in telling a lady, no, ma'am, Obama is not an Arab. There's an opportunity for someone to do the right thing. I'll leave it there.
Unfortunately, I will just say this. And look, it's not an endorsement. It's just the unfortunate truth. You know where nice guys finish?
I do.
Back of the pack. Back of the pack.
I got to tell you that I'd rather be a loser than
Oh,
lose my
I
integrity.
agree. You'd rather have some integrity about yourself, but how do you push back? How do you fight back? I mean, Doc Eschenauer puts out this statement. How do you push back when these go out to thousands of individuals and that your opponents, or not necessarily your opponent, but people backing them, don't have the same integrity? Just thoughts. 304 Talk 304. Brit Aguirre running for Congress in the 1st District joins us next. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. It's 11:30. Let's get a news update. Check in with the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
First, chilly start to our Sunday yesterday. Enough for some 30s, 31s, and some daily record lows. Huntington got to 31 degrees for your low yesterday. Not enough for a record in Charleston, but a frosty 32, 18 degrees below average for the low. Average low is like 50 now. Average high is 74, and only got to 63 yesterday. And 0.02 of an inch of rain, just enough rainfall for a number yesterday. I'll be timing some isolated to widely scattered showers today. Slight chance this morning, a chance of a shower this afternoon generally for the state with a low chance of a thunderstorm. Tomorrow morning, likely starting dry, sunny, and then a front swings in midweek. So Tuesday night, Wednesday through Thursday. Showers are likely and some heavy rain and potentially some isolated strong storms. Middle of the week is something I'll keep eyes on. Flies here to your forecast. It starts at home. Charlotte near 79 today. Orlando 81. Back near 92 on Wednesday. Chicago 77. Some isolated severe storms are possible there. Up to the north, highs warming back up in the low to mid 70s. A little bit of a southwest breeze and around a 30% chance of a shower. Slight chance of a thunderstorm through early tonight. Low near 60. Eastern areas, we got 60s and 70s on the board. A chance of an afternoon shower, low chance of a thunderstorm today and early tonight, then dry for the morning drive tomorrow. Lows in the mid-50s. From east to west, we have a chance of a shower, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a chance of a general isolated thunderstorm today. Through early tonight, lows in the ranks of the mid and upper 50s. Into the south, a chance of a shower, an isolated storm. Highs near 70 or so, lows in the 50s. Slight chance of a shower tonight. Charleston, 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of a thunderstorm today. Dry tomorrow early, high near 80, then 67. Showers likely Wednesday and again on Thursday.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's a great point.
Join Tony Caridi, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
.304 Talk 304. That is the text line, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. We'll get some of your texts coming up. Phone calls are always welcome as well. We have a contested Democrat primary in the 1st District for the U.S. House of Representatives. One of those Democrats running for the party's nomination is Brit Aguirre. She joins us on MetroNews Talkline this morning. Brit, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Why are you running for House of Representatives?
To protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and to make sure our government is responsive to us.
I want to talk a bit about the issues here. One of the things you hit on is health care. You believe all West Virginians deserve quality, affordable health care. How do you make that a reality?
Absolutely. The first thing I'd like to say is we have to break up these corporate giants, these conglomerates that have monopolized our healthcare system. So I would support legislation that they're currently trying to draft up, specifically AOC and Senator Sanders, to try to break up these corporations that have, like I said, monopolized healthcare. So there's step one. But for what I do believe in is a healthcare for all, Medicare for all, however you want to call it, single payer system. And healthcare is a human right. And those are some talking points and whatnot. But is there anything specific you'd like me to keep going on? So those are some two things that I would like to see happen. But
so Medicare for all, how do you want to pay for it? What would you do to make it a fiscal reality?
Well, what I'm going to start with is this issue is not in a vacuum. All right. So Sam Petzonk with the Democratic Party published an op-ed that talks about how we would make this specifically state by state. And what we would do in West Virginia specifically would have a PEI for all. We would open it up not just to public employees, but for other folks. So it would open it up, but some other things that need to happen is we need to have to cap the cost of utilities. We also need to make sure that we have a living wage, and we also need to make sure we have childcare. So healthcare, childcare, public schools, all these other things, cost of utilities, they all wrap up into one, and we have to address all of that. But that's how I would like to see it happen in West Virginia specifically, to open up PIA for the states.
Talking
to Brit
Aguirre, Democrat running for House of Representatives in the 1st District. You say you want to build an economy that works for the people who power it. How would you describe that a little bit more? Elaborate on that.
Yeah, so the burden has been on the working class, and we're being exploited with these really high prices, these utilities costs that keep rising, and unsafe working conditions. So we need to address all of those things, specifically with AEP, with the power bill. We have a protest scheduled this Wednesday because they are going to gather at the Public Service Commission, and they're going to have a public meeting and talk about rate hikes again, when there's folks that I know who can't pay their power bill, many people that I know. And we don't want that anymore. So we want to cap the cost of utilities until we can figure this out, because they have monopolized power, and we can't do that. So we want the power to come back from corporations to the people.
So utilities are investor owned in this state. Those investors want to return, Brett, hence the rate increases. If they're not getting it, they may want to take their money and go elsewhere. So would you advocate for a system in West Virginia where the state owns the utilities?
So with these, you're talking about the corporations and their profits. These extra profits that they're getting, they need to reinvest it to our people. That's what we're not seeing. We're not seeing that coming back to the working class, to these other incentives to keep staying here. So I hear what you're saying. So I'm open to more discussion about that. I do think I would support that. That's what we've been talking about today in our policy research chat. That's what we've been talking about as well. So anything's better than what we have now is what I'll say, especially, like I said, with them having extra profits. That shouldn't be a thing in capitalism. We should reinvest into our people, into our roads, and to the working class. So I hope that helps. Anything else you'd like to follow up with?
Brit Aguirre joining us, Democrat running for House Delegates in the 1st District. You say tax billionaires as part of your economic plan. The top 1% of income earners already pay 40% of all federal income taxes. So how much more and who specifically?
Sure. Well, the wealthy and big corporations, they slide through the loopholes. And that's not fairness. That's not fairness at all. That's theft. So I hear what you're saying. You're wanting specifics. I believe in relief at the bottom. That's what I believe. I don't believe in trickle-down economics. We need to target the relief at the bottom to help our people. We are people call us, quote, a welfare state. I disagree with that statement. What I would want to say is our resources have been extracted from these people, from out-of-state folks, and we're not seeing the benefits of that. So, like I said, the incumbent, so Carol Miller, backed Trump's 2017 tax plan, and that gave most of the benefits to the wealthy. The richest took 20% to home, nearly 2/3 of the cuts, and we got crumbs. We have data centers, we have unclean water, we have underfunded schools, and that's what we're left with. So, for me, and what I want to do to fight for economic fairness is to close corporate loopholes and make them pay their fair share. So yes, I'll support a billionaire tax, a wealth tax, and we want to use that money to rebuild schools, to rebuild our roads, and to keep our hospitals open, because we are at risk to having a lot of hospitals closed, and you already know that our roads are terrible. I hope that helps.
Would you tax unrealized gains?
I think I appreciate the question. I believe I would like to look more into that before I could have an absolute here on the radio, but that's something that I can say. I'll get back with you on that. I'm not ashamed to say that either, as a person. Yeah, so go ahead.
No, sure. No, that's fair. That's fair. Brit Aguirre is joining us, Democrat running for House Delegates in the 1st District of West Virginia. TJ?
Talk to me a little bit about education. When I look at your website, you talk about fully funded public education, programs linking students to career and trade skills. I don't know anyone who would be against that. Support for teachers and small school districts. As you well know, we have an issue here. We can't pay for so many school districts. We just don't have enough people paying taxes. How do we make it happen? Because, look, no one wants to close a school, but the economics are so challenging. As a member of Congress, what can you do to make that reality?
Absolutely. We need to make sure, number one, we were just talking about this morning, because thank you for the questions, because we talk about this all the time with our people. We need to make sure we have actual physical books and pencils and papers back in our classrooms. With our children starting out with technology before their brains are fully developed, or even kindergartners are less developed brains than 7th or 8th graders. You see what I mean? So that's what I will fight for legislation, to bring back that. You would call it old school, but I call it traditional. I would call it, we need books over digital learning. And I can say that because I have a son who's in the public school system. So technology is being introduced way too early. We haven't been talking about that. And here's the thing about technology is that we don't have the research yet. We're going to have a whole generation that's going to be, a test dummy, right? That is, we're just going to have to find out. And so with that being said, all of our systems are currently broken. The education system, the mental health system, the criminal justice system, and we see children, lots of abuse and neglect cases, and the foster care system is falling apart, on and on and on. So that's one thing I will do, sir, is advocate for bringing books and pencils and papers and making sure our children can read cursive again. There's a lot of kids who can't even read or write in cursive, and that is an absolute tragedy.
Brit Aguirre is joining us, Democrat running for House of Representatives in the 1st District. I saw a couple of times in some of your social media posts that you made a point to say you are free of APAC donations. Why is that important to your campaign?
I take zero corporate money, and that's important because we see D.C. and our state legislature compromised by corporations. The disastrous decision of Citizens United, that is where things were south, of course, before then, but since then, it's went complete south. And that's how we see our constitutional republic that uses democratic elections turn into an oligarchy, where the elite and the wealthy are the ones who have the power. And those folks aren't even using AI correctly, So that's what's scary, is they don't know how to use this technology either. So also, I don't take any AIPAC funds because I condemn what Israel has done and continue to do. And let me be clear, this is the secular government of Israel, okay? So I condemn their genocide against Gaza, what they're doing in Lebanon, what they're doing in Iran, and because of the amount of money that AIPAC has given both Democrats and Republicans, they will not stand up in D.C. and say, no, we don't want unlimited funds and unlimited arms and unlimited weapons to go to Israel. And I think that's a tragedy, because we are complacent and complicit in genocide and war as well. And we are fighting their wars for them. So that's why it's important to me, because I don't know, not like what Israel is doing with the funding that America, and matter of fact, our tax dollars, I don't like what they're doing. I'd rather them feed kids here. I'd rather them fund public schools than do that. So corporate money, and this is a big platform for me. I want dark money out of politics, period. So, and that, that's the thing about it, is because of that, because I reject corporate money, because I reject AIPAC money or any foreign PAC money, that includes AI and crypto, I'm held accountable by one solid body. And you know who that is? We the people. We the people, not corporations. So I stand with the people, and that's what Grassroots Campaign does. So I stand with us, and they hold me accountable. But that means I have to answer my phone. This goes back to government responsiveness. I answer my phone, I email people back, and I listen, good, bad, or ugly. People call me yelling, it's the delivery, right? If you call and you have a complaint, you want to talk, cool. I'm not going to answer my phone or stay on the phone when you yell. So I'm held accountable by the people, and that's what makes me different, because Carol Miller and all of our federal reps who are Republicans, they do not listen to the people, have no town halls. And that's why I reject AIPAC money or any corporate money, period. Thank you for asking.
Brit, 30 seconds. Why should Democrats support you on May 12th, running in the 1st District for the House of Representatives?
Thank you. Because I am a working class candidate who stands with the people, because I am the working class. I know what it's like to pick up yourself by your bootstraps when you have on Crocs or when you have on heels and you have nothing else to pick up. I know what it's like. And we don't have people that represent us who knows what it's like. So we need a grassroots candidate. We need people who will answer to us. We need, quote, normal working class people to be up there. And that is me. I want to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and send this girl from the holler to the House. So that's 30 seconds.
Brit Aguirre, Democrat running for House of Representatives, 1st District. Brit, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's not boat season quite yet, but it's getting close. It's May. It's hard to believe, and soon enough it'll be time to hit the rivers and the lakes, and you need to prepare by checking out all the great deals on pontoon and fishing boats at Lewindle Marine Sales. Check out the entire inventory at lewindlemarinesales.com. Lewindle Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Your text coming up next, 304-TALK, 304. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
When it's your family, your kids, your home, your parenting time, you want somebody on the Court of Appeals who lives and breathes family law. Even if you don't win your case, you still should feel that you've been heard. I'm Jim Douglas. I'm a family court judge, and I'm asking you to put real family court experience on the Court of Appeals for your future.
Paid for by the Committee for Family Law Experience for ICA. Susan Shepard, Chair.
Right now, America is hungry for energy, more power, more reliability, and more security. So here's a question worth asking. Why not coal? And why not now? West Virginia sits on one of the most abundant energy resources in the world. Generations of miners, proven infrastructure, and coal-fired power plants already delivering dependable, around-the-clock electricity. At a time when demand is surging and reliability matters more than ever, coal isn't a question mark, it's a solution. Today, there's robust support in West Virginia and Washington to strengthen American energy independence using the resources we already have. So again, we ask, why not coal? And why not now? Because when it comes to powering our homes, our hospitals, our economy, and new opportunities, West Virginia Coal is ready. A message from the Friends of Coal, powering America today and tomorrow.
Welcome back, class of 2011.
Most likely to be a millionaire, didn't quite make it.
Hey, reunion's not over yet.
Over here, millionaire, smile.
Make room, people.
Who is that?
Congratulations to our very own Millionaire for Life!
Never too late, man.
You could win up to $1 million every year with Millionaire for Life. Play in store or online today. West Virginia Lottery. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Every day across West Virginia, healing happens here, where skilled hands and caring hearts save lives. West Virginia hospitals are more than places of care. They are lifelines for our communities. Employing nearly 54,000 people, hospitals power local economies and help communities not just survive, but thrive. During National Hospital Week, we recognize those who care for us all, because healing happens here and its impact reaches everywhere. A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Text line is open, 304 Talk 304. It's always open. I mean, you can send a text anytime, but if you send it between 10 and noon, we'll probably read it and read it on air. 304 Talk 304, the text line. Where were all these lawmakers when Republicans controlled D.C., was taking our government jobs, health insurance infrastructure, funds? Now they're taking dog racing next. Casinos, evangelicals are against gambling, says the texter. Mr. Fluharty should understand that the Interstate Commerce Clause has been bastardized for decades since Wickard versus Fillmore, brought on by big government Democrats like Shawn, who wanted to regulate personally grown wheat. If he thinks that because the only tracks exist in one state will exclude it from interstate commerce oversight, he's showing his ignorance of how government works, asserts the texter. West Virginia's Al Sharpton. Maybe West Virginia's Howard Stern. I think Shawn would take that as a compliment, West Virginia's Howard Stern. I think.
I think he would.
Look, he says it like he sees it. You can say a lot of things. You can say a lot of things about Shawn Fluharty, and I like Shawn. But he calls him like he sees him, and I appreciate that and respect it for that matter.
I was going to say, isn't that what we want?
Yes.
Do we want to be left struggling?
Look,
to figure out what someone actually thinks? Did we want them to be an enigma as a public servant? No.
And I may disagree. Shawn and I disagree on several things, but he's old school in the way that you can disagree with him and then laugh and go get a root beer float afterward. I don't know why I picked root beer float, but you get my point, right? He's not going to take it personally. You can have a disagreement. We've had disagreements on the air, infamously, a couple of times. But that's part of the job, right? You disagree, their policy matters. And you know where he stands, and I respect that.
Yeah, I truly don't see the difference between Greyhound and horse racing, though, back to that. Other than horse racing is worth a lot more money, and no one's going to go after horse racing, and it's tied to bourbon and so many other things in the state of Kentucky, and no one's going after that.
Well,
so that's the only difference.
I'll tell you, it's the PR, right? Because all you've got to do, Grey 2K, it's a PR campaign. You show pictures of mistreated dogs, and everybody's got a soft spot for dogs. And if you're not a dog person, you got a soft spot probably.
No.
You throw some Sarah McLachlan music on top of it, and what? If I'm lying, I'm crying, and I ain't shed a tear. It's a powerful PR campaign, right?
Yeah.
It's a powerful PR campaign, and I think Shawn hit the nail on the head with that.
I've seen that commercial. It made
You
me
know
think.
what I'm talking about.
My niece, when she was like 4 or 5, she would start bawling, crying if she saw that commercial. And she'd go, "The poor animals." I mean, they start them early, don't they?
Hey, I make my dog watch those commercials and go, see how good you've got it? Look, see how good you've got it? She just looks at me and like, what? All right, back to wrap it up in a moment. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
Right now, America is hungry for energy, more power, more reliability, and more security. So here's a question worth asking. Why not coal? And why not now? West Virginia sits on one of the most abundant energy resources in the world. Generations of miners, proven infrastructure, and coal-fired power plants already delivering dependable, around-the-clock electricity. At a time when demand is surging and reliability matters more than ever, coal isn't a question mark, it's a solution. Today, there's robust support in West Virginia and Washington to strengthen American energy independence using the resources we already have. So again, we ask, why not coal? And why not now? Because when it comes to powering our homes, our hospitals, our economy, and new opportunities, West Virginia Coal is ready. A message from the Friends of Coal, powering America today and tomorrow.
Everywhere you look, people are supporting Shelley Moore Capito for Senate. President Trump has endorsed her. So has West Virginians for Life. The National Shooting Sports Foundation named her Legislator of the Year. And she's backed by workers, small business owners, and Republicans across the Mountain State. Now it's your turn. Vote early through May 9th or on Election Day, May 12th.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Need a little more money? Grab this $5 scratch-off that lives up to its name. You could win up to $10,000, and with a 3 times multiplier, your prize could triple in a flash. It's fast, fun, and full of possibilities. Money. Get yours at a West Virginia Lottery retailer today. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Talk to you tomorrow. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.